Hey group, so this is a little introduction to using the microscope, just some of the basics in case you never learned them or need a little bit of a refresher. All right, so let's start off with the different magnification levels. All right, you should see here that there's a red one, a yellow one, and a blue one. Okay, and the small, medium, and large. You always start with the small, which is the red one. All right, once you get your magnification there, and then maybe you want to move up to the next level, you can move it to the yellow one, which is medium. We pretty much always stay away from the high one. If you really want to try it, ask permission first, because you're going to see sometimes if you use it, it can actually damage the slide because it's so long that it'll actually slam into the specimen. So again, go with the low and the medium. Now listen, I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but there's a click that happens, okay? You have to hear the click, because if not, so many times I'll have someone call me over and say, Mr. Niemis, I can't see my specimen, and it's just because this is still not clicked in. You have it kind of off to the side. So once it's clicked in, you know it's in the right spot. All right, next thing is once you're on your low power, there's coarse adjustment knobs and there's fine adjustment knobs. So what you're gonna wanna do is once it's on low power, it probably isn't gonna be nice and focused. So you need to kind of move this up and down by turning this knob until you get it focused. So you're gonna turn it until it's pretty darn clear. And then once it's clear, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna use your fine adjustment knob to make it extra clear. So this will just move it up and down the very little bit just to make sure it gets really focused, okay? So you have your coarse adjustment knob you always do first, and then your fine adjustment knob. Next, I wanna just show you kind of how to put on a cover slip and a slide. So this is the slide. This is a cover slip. Now what's going to happen is you're going to put your specimen on your slide, like your cell, and what's going to happen is usually there's a little bit of liquid on there to kind of help you see things. And then with your cover slip, what you want to do is you don't want to just kind of pop it on top. What you want to do is put it in at an angle. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. It's kind of like a 45-degree angle. And then you put it down slowly onto your slide, because when you do that, it'll kind of squeeze out any air bubbles that get stuck inside. If you put it straight on, you might end up with air bubbles. I usually give mine a couple little taps too, just to try to get rid of any little air bubbles that are on there. And then once you have that there, what you're gonna wanna do is just basically put it on your slide. So you'll see there's these little slide clips that you can kind of hold down your slide, and you put it on there, and then you're good to go. All right, so there's a couple little other just things to know. You'll have a light that you want to make sure you turn on and off at the very end. And then there's this thing called a diaphragm. It spins right here, and what it does is it lets different amount of light in. So for the most part, you're not even going to have to worry about this, but if somehow it feels too dark or even too light, you can spin this and it'll change your magnification level. All right, that's pretty much all you need to know as far as introduction to your microscope, and happy exploring.